Look at this image of Mars. Right now, billions of dollars and countless engineering hours are dedicated to fleeing a deteriorating Earth to build a utopian society on this cold, dead, hostile rock. But there is a glaring flaw in that logic. Why pour our greatest technological resources into colonizing a vacuum when we have not yet optimized human health span and sustainable living on the planet perfectly suited for our biology? This brings us to a concept known as the 4G Blue Zone staycation. This paradigm shifts the focus from global travel to transforming your immediate environment into an oasis of longevity. We can see this earthbound approach taking shape in Oliveira de Graz. Here, a team is building a fully self-sustaining, off-grid wellness sanctuary. To achieve this level of terrestrial longevity, they are moving away from traditional development in favor of a systems architecture that fuses advanced off-grid agricultural tools with natural soil farming. This architecture begins with System 1 Utopian Infrastructure, led by Illumina. For true off-grid independence, a sanctuary requires climate-proof yields that remain consistent regardless of external weather patterns. This schematic diagram outlines their solution: circadian-aligned indoor hydroponics and fogponics. By circulating a nutrient-rich vapor directly to suspended plant roots within a closed loop, the system creates a resilient base layer for food production. But indoor tech is only half the equation. This layer is anchored by System 2, the agronomic foundation, overseen by David G., which brings production back to deep-rooted natural soil farming. This top-down blueprint maps the Daily Dozen layout, a soil engineering strategy based on Dr. Michael Grieger's longevity metrics. The first zone optimizes dark leafy greens for cellular repair. Next, the legume rotation utilizes crops like lentils and black beans. You see how these pull nitrogen to restore the soil matrix, providing essential blue zone proteins. Moving across, berry canopies maximize biologically active plant compounds. Finally, seed and grain tracts are cultivated to secure omega-3 fatty acids for heart health. When you fuse climate-controlled fogponics with this soil layout, you create a nutritional yield that traditional, single-crop farms are not designed to match. However, pulling produce from the soil is only the first step. Raw agronomic yield is potential energy that must be properly processed to become bioavailable fuel. That brings us to System 3, alchemical processing. This phase is managed by Sarah Lee at a culinary epicenter the team calls Delicious. Sarah takes that pristine raw harvest and swaps out heavy traditional comfort foods for whole food masterpieces, translating the yield into a high antioxidant plant-based diet. This culinary processing directly supports the greens pillar of David G's 4G health method. It removes the daily friction and decision fatigue often associated with maintaining a healthy diet. By treating meal preparation as a vital engineering step, the blueprint aims for high dietary consistency. The goal is to make eating for longevity a standard part of the environment, reducing the reliance on individual willpower. There is one final vulnerability. Highly structured, high-tech environments run the risk of becoming sterile or psychologically draining over time. To prevent this, the settlement utilizes System 4, spiritual integration, led by Maital, to anchor the physical infrastructure in mindfulness. This network diagram shows how it works. Maital uses guided connection circles to emulate the moai, the strong social circles native to Okinawa. This creates a social layer that physically maps onto the settlement's infrastructure. Within this framework, maintenance tasks like tending the soil or picking herbs serve as grounding, meditative exercises that keep the resident connected to the physical source of their health. A functional blueprint must account for social cohesion with the same rigor it applies to crop yields. Without spiritual integration, the inhabitants can become detached from the very systems built to sustain them. This master schematic brings the vision together: Illumina's tech, David's soil, Sarah's processing, and Maital's community interlock into a circular system. Tracing the energy flow from water to plant to human and back to earth reveals the advantage: resource independence and physical vitality. The Oliveira de Graz project suggests that the final frontier for human thriving does not require engineering fragile habitats millions of miles away. Our greatest potential lies in maximizing the soil beneath our feet and amplifying it with precision agricultural systems. So, as you start thinking about the design of your own off-grid sanctuary, how much space will you dedicate to deep-rooted soil and how much to high-tech fog ponics?